بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Tonight, inshallah, we'll be reciting the 21st juz by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in this juz there are many various surahs from the likes of Surah As-Sajda, Luqman, Rum, the last part of Ankabut. And many surahs are here which talk about different topics. But there's a particular ayah in this juz that stands out and is something that we as Muslims and as people going into the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan should remind ourselves of, and that is the concept of mujahadatun nafs, striving against the soul, striving against the nafs, striving against the ego, that which prevents us from doing good. The companions and the Prophet ﷺ used to pray 11 rak'ahs, but their version of praying at night was 4 to 5 hours. Today, you and me, if our prayer is a little bit too long, Tarawih goes too long, the Imam says too many words, we get tired. But the reality is the Sahaba, they didn't get tired. Why? Because they knew that this last 10 nights were the nights of ata'at, the gifts of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descend on these nights. I'll give you one example before we go into the ayah, which is that if you enter a car dealership right now and you see the car that you like, that you want to buy, but it's 100%, you have to pay for the full price, plus the APR is super high, so as a Muslim you don't want to purchase it anyways. But then tomorrow, the next day comes, and the prices drop 60%, the prices drop 70%. They have deals, they have throwbacks, they have all of this stuff. The APR is 0%. Then everybody's going to be in the store. In the same exact way, Ramadan is that month where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving out deals. And that deal is the greatest deal, and that is your Jannah. That is your forgiveness. That is your being saved from the fire. But all you have to do is one thing, and that's the last ayah of Surah Al-Ankabut, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. That indeed those that struggle, they strive in our cause, that we guide them along their way, or our way. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with those people that strive, that struggle for excellence, for perfection. And so if you really look at this ayah, what does Allah say? That you put in the work first, then I will give you guidance, and then I will be with you, O people of Ihsan. And so it's not that you get guidance first and then you strive. No, you strive and then you get guidance, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you the support. And if a person really looks at how the Quran's tartib is, they see right after this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He begins Surah Al-Rum, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, غُلِبَتِ الرُّومِ, that the Romans have been defeated. فِي أَدْنَى الْأَرْضِ وَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِهِمْ غَلَبِهِمْ سَيَغْلِبُونَ فِي بِضْعِ سِنِينَ. That later on, the Romans, they'll come after their defeat, and they will rise again, and they will defeat their enemies, they'll defeat the Persians. The scholars, they look and they say, why does Allah end it? And Ankabut this way, and then start Surah Al-Rum this way? It's to show you that the person that masters their inner struggle, Allah gives them victory in their outer struggle. You fix your insides, then Allah will help you on the outside. And so this is the relationship, and this is why Imam al-Bukhari, in his Sahih, he creates a chapter, and he calls the chapter بَابُ مَنْ جَاهَدَ فِي نَفْسِهِ بَابُ مَنْ جَاهَدَ نَفْسَهُ فِي طَاعَةِ اللَّهِ. The chapter of striving against oneself in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I really want you to listen to what he says. Ibn Battal, in his commentary of Sahih al-Bukhari, he brings a statement of Ali radiallahu anhu. What is that statement? He says, أَوَّلُ مَا تَفْقِدُونَ مِنْ دِينِكُمْ جِهَادُ أَنفُسِكُمْ. That the first thing that you're going to lose in your deen is the fact that you will no longer strive. You will no longer struggle. You'll say, Tarawih is too long, khutbah is too long, salah is too long, the drive is too far, I feel like eating, I feel like sleeping, I'm tired, work, this, that. All of these things will come in your way, and that's going to be the first thing that you're going to lose, that you don't strive for your deen anymore. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ said, يَدْرُسُ الْإِسْلَامِ كَمَا يَدْرُسُ وَشْيُ الثَّوْبِ, that Islam will fade away like the embroidery of clothes. And it doesn't fade away at a collective level all at once. It fades by one person at a time, you and me. It fades for me, therefore it fades for my kids. Then it fades for my grandkids until nobody knows what Islam is anymore. So the responsibility starts with you. The person that doesn't strive in Allah's path, he is eventually removed from the deen, just like the embroidery is removed from clothes after time. And this is why Imam Ahmad rahimahullah in his Musnad, he brings a very famous hadith. And this hadith is actually the hadith that is about Hajjatul Wada. It's the final sermon of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The last words that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. And that's what I'm going to finish off with. And I really want you to hear what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So if you didn't hear anything before, it's okay. Listen to what I'm saying now. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Ala ukhbirukum bil mu'min." Should I not tell you what a believer is? And of course they said, "Tell us, Ya Rasulullah." There's 100,000 companions in front of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet, he says, "Man aminahu an-nasu ala amwalihim wa anfusihim." That the Muslim is the one who people, they can give them their stuff, and their stuff, their wealth, their lives, they're trusted with. The Muslim keeps their trust. وَالْمُسْلِمُ مَنْ سَلِمَ النَّاسُ مِنْ لِسَانِهِ وَيَدِهِ. And the Muslim is the one who other people, not just other Muslims, other people, they are safe from their tongue and they are safe from their hands. Then the third thing the Prophet said, وَالْمُجَاهِدُ مَنْ جَاهَدَ نَفْسَهُ فِي طَاعَةِ اللَّهِ. And the mujahid, the one that struggles in the path of Allah, the one that does jihad in the path of Allah, is the one that struggles against himself in order to be obedient to Allah. وَالْمُهَاجِرُ مَنْ هَجَرَ الْخَطَايَا وَالذُّنُوبِ. And the muhajir, the migrator, is the one that migrates away from mistakes and sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq as we go into the last 10 nights of Ramadan, which start tomorrow, that we have the tawfiq to be here every single night for Taraweeh, to pray as much as we physically can, and never to give up, inshallah.